Association of Private and Parochial Schools, to promote good sportsmanship and fair play among its member schools. We ask that all fans act in a responsible and courteous manner at all times. The officials for today's contest are our guests, and they should be treated as such. Also, no fans are allowed to go onto the court following the game so that we may begin the warm-ups for our first 6A semifinal of the evening. TAPS would like to express its appreciation to Wilson Sporting Goods. They're the official game ball for TAPS and are providing the game balls for this contest. And for anyone who cannot be here today, tell them to go to taps.pic and click on the TAPS TV or TAPS radio link for the live stream broadcast of the game. The radio broadcast is free, or you can purchase the TAPS TV broadcast and watch it either live or on demand later tonight. That's TAPS TV, the official broadcast home of the Texas Association of Private and Parochial Schools. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, it's time to meet the competitors in today's contest. First, our designated visiting team comes into this game with an overall record of 32 wins and against 9 defeats. They are led by head coach Monzo Martinez and assistant coach Jeremy Howard from Coram, Texas. Please welcome the Coram Academy Lions. The left side of the Lions, a junior guard, number 2, Jack Harrington. Senior guard, number 3, Bryce Woolridge. Senior guard, number 11, Jack McBride. Senior point guard, number 13, Noah Taylor. And senior forward, number 33, N.J. Weaver. Your 2019-2020 Coram And now, ladies and gentlemen, only come to this game with a overall record of 26 wins. They are led by head coach Steve Turner and assistant coaches Phil Powell and Trent Jackson from Valley Kansas. Please welcome the Coram Christian Academy Cougars. Correction on that starting lineup. Start number 12, Caleb Turner. Number 23, Austin Sheets. Number 31, Luke Stiefel. Number 32, Nemo Salas-Connor. And number 3, Graham Stiefel. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. We ask you to please rise for our opening invocation to be followed by the national anthem. Here to lead the prayer from Covenant Christian Academy is Justice Kerr.
Bow our heads. Father, we come before you this afternoon humbled by your great love and your mercy. We thank you for sending your Son that we might have life and hope, and that we may praise your great name. And Father, we ask that you would be with these young men today for both schools, that they may honor you with their effort and with their character. Father, protect them and the officials throughout the game and help us in the stands to honor you for how we cheer for our teams. And we pray for all these things in your name. Amen.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here to sing our national anthem, we have a select group of members of the Covenant Christian Academy Choir.
By the dawn's early light, what so proud we read. We are halfway home in the TAP State Championship weekend. 9 games down here at University High, 3 more here, 6 more tomorrow at West High School. 18 games in total in the books, and 18 still to go. And this one is the TAPS 4A state semifinal between number 3 Covenant Christian Cougars, 26-8 on the year, and the number 8 Coram Deo Academy Lions, 30-9 on the season from University High School in Waco, Texas. Mike Leslie and Will Curtis here with you on TAPS TV. It's Covenant Christian in the whites, and Austin Sheets to win the tip into the backcourt. Coram Deo in the blues, and Covenant with the first possession of the day. Caleb Turner, Austin Sheets, Luke Stiefel, Nemo Salas-Connor, and Graham Stiefel, the starters for Covenant Christian. Out top, Graham Stiefel, kick out. Salas-Connor for 3, no. Stiefel's tip in won't go. The putback though for Austin Sheets will, and Covenant Christian with the first 2 points of the basketball game. For Coram Deo, their starters Jack Harrington, Bryce Woolridge, Jack McBride, Noah Taylor, and Noah Weaver. Noah Taylor, their leading scorer, number 13. McBride spun around on the baseline, lost it out of bounds, and a turnover.
Mike, 2 familiar teams that know each other very well from the same district. It looks like Covenant came out in a box and 1 on Noah Taylor there first. We'll see what it comes back when it comes back down this end again, because they have him listed as the number 1 3-point shooter in the nation. So another possibility for a high point outage tonight in this game. Both teams.
Taylor with 187 3-point makes on the season. In his career, he's number 2 in Texas all time. And that's the young man with the basketball right now. Gives it on the left wing for Noah Weaver.
And they're playing him in a box and 1. Turner shadowing him everywhere he goes.
Woolridge misses the 3, rebound runs out of bounds after it was chased by Jack Harrington, and it goes back to Covenant Christian. 83 seconds in here to the first quarter of the second 4A state semifinal of the afternoon. Covenant Christian's head coach Steve Turner leading the number 1 seed from District 2. Coram Deo, the number 2 seed out of District 2, led by head coach Fonzo Martinez.
Coram Deo starting in a 2-3 zone here. Trying to be active with those hands flying around.
Turner into the lane, jump stop, leaves for Stiefel. In the corner for 3. Well short. Woolridge with the rebound. And he'll look to push. Woolridge underneath. Blocked away. Austin Sheets soaring in to cancel it out.
Good offensive play, better defensive play right there, erasing that shot.
It'll stay on this end for Coram Deo. Weaver to key the inbounds, and he throws it away. Sheets with the steal now. Up ahead. Layup and the foul for Luke Stiefel.
Colleyville Covenant likes to make a lot of hay off a transition. They just got a basket there and a foul. Coram Deo is going to have to be actively aware and getting back in transition to stop future plays like that.
Stiefel can't finish off the 3-point play. Rebound tipped out of bounds, last touched by Covenant Christian. And a 4-0 start for CCS. And a timeout called by Coram Deo. Fonzo Martinez wants to talk things over. His team here in the state semifinals, courtesy of an 80-68 win over Grace Prep, a team that won a state title a year ago. This year knocked off in the regional final by the Lions. Meanwhile, Covenant Christian making it here thanks to a 54-52 win over Trinity Christian at Lubbock. Both these teams lost in the state quarterfinals a year ago. Covenant Christian against Grace Prep, Coram Deo against Trinity Christian Lubbock. Now they've exchanged hands and met each other here in the semifinals.
They knocked out 2 Final Four opponents from last year themselves to make it here. Yeah, Coach Martinez calling that timeout, probably take a look at how he wants to attack this box and 1 right here. Caleb Turner manning up Noah Taylor.
Woolridge in the corner for Harrington. Into the lane, and the floater will go.
That's one way to do it right there. Great play coming out of the timeout to get them on the board.
On the strength of Taylor and his three-point shooting, as the jumper is hit by Graham Stiefel to make it 6-2 early on. Taylor, the number 1 three-point shooter in the nation. Coram Deo, at least according to head coach Fonzo Martinez, is the number 2 three-point shooting team in the entire state in terms of three-point makes. Layup won't go, though. It rolls off for Jack McBride, and Stiefel will look to run. Hesitation, kicks in the corner. Turner for 3, misses short. Pushing up ahead for McBride. He'll pop for 3, misses long. And a foul on the rebound, Jack Harrington.
Yeah, a little adrenaline rush right there. He was blocked out. He tried to get around, but committed the foul. This is hardly about just kind of keeping your nerves about you and trying to settle in here and play.
Stiefel spins in the lane, traveled with it. Maybe it's just something about University High School. There's just a higher preponderance of travels in this gym for whatever reason.
So far, the evidence is speaking to that in these games.
6-2 here in the early going in our second 4A state semifinal. Coram Deo down 4 in the early going. In the corner, three-pointer on the way, misses short. McBride couldn't hit, yet to get an open look here for Noah Taylor. Baseline drive. Salas Connor gets it back. Now Stiefel up top. Turner. Hounded. Gets around him. Reverse layup won't go, but a foul.
Well,
Turner up.
The stat about Coram Deo being the number 2 three-point shooting team in the state. This says in terms of makes. They definitely are not shy to put it up. They've already put up a number down there. They haven't hit one yet, but some of them are bound to fall.
I will say, Fonzo Martinez did not claim that they were number 2 in the state in terms of percentage. Taylor's made 187 on his own this year. Number 2 in Texas all-time. Number 6 in the nation all-time, according to Martinez.
I feel like you need to ice your elbow after shooting that many and making that many.
I asked him before the game, how is it that he's such a good shooter? And he said, it's just a matter of he puts in the work. He said he's always on the shooting machine, always getting shots up. Foul here away from the basket as it was Taylor bringing the ball up the floor. Taylor smart to take it in the backcourt and bring it across. Midway through quarter number 1. Slow start for Coram Deo. Still trying to get their offense unlocked here. And that'll be a travel as well on Jack McBride.
Right on cue. Another travel.
If you're just joining us for the first time all weekend, you may wonder what we're talking about. For whatever reason, both in the 6 girls games yesterday and now through 3 and a little more than that worth of games so far today, just nothing but travel so far for whatever reason. Nice strip for Harrington, but they get it back in the corner for Stiefel. Three-pointer goes. Stiefel with 5 early on. Weaver in the corner, dribbled off the foot, and a steal here for Sheets. Rather, it's Stiefel laying it in.
Coram Deo's got to settle down a little bit right here. Not let this game get too far away from him. Good play by Woolridge here just to slow it down. Run your stuff.
Corner 3 misses long from Harrington. Stiefel with 7 here in the first quarter. Underneath for Sheets, now back up top, Turner. Picked up his dribble, has to give it back up top for Luke Stiefel. Only a freshman, 6'3". Gets it back in the paint, foul.
Foul charge to number 30, Bryce Woolridge. 2 shots for number 31, Luke Stiefel.
Stiefel hits the first free throw, and it is a 14-2 start for Covenant Christian.
Definitely the way you want to come out of the gate. If you're Covenant, aggressive on offense.
2 for 2 for the younger Stiefel.
They're running their defensive game plan exactly the way they want to. Try and take the ball and the shots out of Taylor's hands and make somebody else put up those threes. So far it's worked.
Woolridge trying to get something going on this end. You've got to get Noah Taylor some looks here. They haven't yet. In the lane, 15-footer misses off the hands of Noah Weaver. Covenant Christian won both meetings in district play this year. 97-72 on January the 10th, 81-57 1 month ago today. And already in firm control here in the first quarter. Salas Connor in the corner for Josh Ham. Now back up top for Turner. Knocked away, but they get it back. Salas Connor in the corner for Turner. And he dribbled it off his foot. Turner clapping for the basketball as they come up the floor, saying, I want the ball to start the possession. He's going to try and get some offense started here. Woolridge into the lane. Lefty layup won't go. Gets his own rebound though. Putback is blocked away. Sheets with the block and he'll run the floor. He tries to dunk it and he misses. Knocked out of bounds and it'll go down in the hands of Coram Deo.
Well, he certainly tried to put an exclamation point on that one. Didn't quite go down. Meanwhile, Coram Deo, even at the rim, they're just having trouble. They're just kind of rimming out right now. They need to get a few of those to fall quickly.
2 points in the quarter. Chance to change it here. Three-pointer won't go. 15-2. Under a minute to play first quarter. Turner traveled with it. There's something in the water in Waco. 49.6 to play. The number 2 three-point shooting team in the state. Yet to hit one yet. Turner. Driving into the lane is Weaver, and he draws the foul.
Foul charge number 30, Chase Wells.
So against the box and one, you're going to take Taylor out and away like that. It opens up some voids even more for driving lanes like that. You've got the opportunity to get to the basket, finish, get to the free throw line, put some of those guys that are in the zone of foul trouble. It's about the first time they've really kind of executed that.
1 for 2 trip at the free throw line. It's 15-3.
Here we're coming up on the end of the quarter. Coram Deo's got to make some offensive adjustments here to get themselves rolling.
Stiefel misses the 3 short, and here comes Turner. Quickly up floor, gets to Woolridge. Into the lane, kick in the corner for 3. That one misses long. Woolridge fighting for the rebound, but can't grab it. 6 seconds to play in the corner. Sheets underneath for Turner. Layup won't go, and the putback will be late. They'll wave that one off, and 15-3 the tally after 1 quarter of play. Covenant Christian opening up the lead early on here in the 4A state semifinals. We'll be back on TAPS TV. Back at University High School, second quarter ready to get underway here between Covenant Christian and Coram Deo in the 4A semifinals. Covenant Christian with a 15-3 edge to start this one off. Coram Deo just can't get the offense unlocked here in the early going. Noah Taylor averages 24 points per game, but yet to get a good look yet. Into the lane, throws it away. Stiefel. A block, but a foul. Stiefel, the younger one, to the free throw line. Graham Stiefel, a senior, committed to play ball at Oklahoma Baptist, averaging 23, 8, and 8 on the year. Luke Stiefel, just a freshman, hits the first. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists on the year. Already 6'3" as a freshman. He makes both.
Clock.
A brief issue at the scorer's table, but they seem to have it settled out. 7:36 on the clock here, second quarter. Cross court, nearly through the hands of McBride. Now back up top for Woolridge. Taylor. Every time he gets any sort of breathing room, it evaporates in a heartbeat. Covenant Christian doing a great job of closing out on him.
Absolutely. No, they're not letting him get any space whatsoever.
Weaver draws the foul.
And he's going to have to pull up from the logo right now to get a little bit of space closer to midcourt. Great defense by Covenant right now.
Baseline inbound up top for Woolridge. And now a foul 35 feet from the hoop. Stiefel trying to play some hounding defense, but a little too aggressive.
Yeah, he, smelt that ball handling, get just a little bit loose, but a little over aggressive, commits the foul there. They're still okay in the second quarter with 3 team fouls.
Right corner three, that'll go, and finally Coram Deo has hit from the outside.
Let's see if that opens things up a little bit now. They get a little bit looser, can knock down a few more of those shots. But they got to work on this end now on the defensive end. Get the ball back to offense.
Salas Connor up top for the younger Stiefel. Now to his brother, post-to-post passing, Salas Connor finishes.
Great high-low look there. Gets to the high post, always top turn, look at the goal. He looks at the goal, finds his teammate on the low post, easy layup.
That one won't go for Harrington. And here comes Stiefel, and he draws the foul as Woolridge gave him a little chicken wing in the midcourt. It'll be 1-1 for Stiefel. And it'll be free throws the rest of the half for Covenant Christian, with still 6:13 to play in the second quarter.
This is where you tell your kids to continue to be aggressive and attack. Maybe we can rack up some of them in foul trouble while putting yourself on the line for some freebies.
Hits the first, misses the second. Lead holds at 14. At some point, you got to imagine that Noah Taylor is going to get on track here. Just hasn't happened yet. Woolridge will try for 3, and that'll go.
Yeah, I don't think he's attempted a shot yet.
I don't believe he has. Nice move into the lane, and the layup will go for Caleb Turner.
Shifty move there by the coach's kid.
Now they leave it for Weaver. Up and under move, and he finishes.
Good drive. again attacking that. There's a big open void there out of that box and one right there in the middle. They found the soft spot. 2 points.
Nice look underneath. Great pass on the back door, but he misses the layup. Now a foul on the putback will send Sheets to the free throw line. Sheets, the junior, averaging 16 points, 11 rebounds on the year, but misses the first. Sheets stands at 6'6". Covenant Christian definitely with the size advantage in this one. Their starting lineup 5'10", but then 6'3", 6'3", 6'4", 6'6".
Yeah, we've talked about length during all the games today, and they definitely have that advantage here. It helps them some in this box and one, when you're down to 4 guys, but they're all long. That definitely helps close down some of the space.
Corner 3 won't go, but the tip-in will. Noah Weaver with another bucket.
Coram trying to hang around here.
Yeah, trying to finally get, it seems like they're starting to finally get at least a little bit of an offensive rhythm now. Corner 3 on the way. That'll go. Jace Wells buries the triple. And Covenant Christian is doubling up Coram Deo here midway through the second quarter. Woolridge to Weaver. Into the lane, kick out. Woolridge driving and an offensive foul. Called for the push-off. .405 to play first half. Wells underneath. Sheets tries to kick it out, nearly had it tipped away. Instead of 3 in the corner for Turner.
Good ball movement, rotation right there, swinging all the way around. Turner's open in the corner.
Out of control. Harrington flying through the lane, can't finish.
Yeah, this is
Stiefel looking for more.
This is danger time right now for Coram Deo.
Stiefel finishes, lead swells to 18. Timeout, Fonso Martinez.
Good timeout right there to stop that run.
But not before they had rattled off 8 in a row to extend the lead from 10 to 18.
Yeah, some of the damage was kind of already done there, but Coram Deo is a little bit more patient on the, Covenant's a little bit more patient on the offensive end down there, and like you said, Coram Deo coming down a couple possessions out of control. Thus you see the 8-0 run right there, ballooning it to 18. They've got to find a way to get Taylor involved. Yeah. You can't have a guy that's scoring 24 points a game have not put up a shot at this point. They've got to figure out a way to get him open off of that man-to-man defense.
And at least as far as memory serves, I don't think he has put up a shot. I think you're absolutely right about that. We still have yet to see the #1 3-point shooter in the nation. 187 3-point makes on the season. We've yet to see him take a shot.
Coram Deo needs a big response right here. Obviously they're down 18. Time left, a few minutes left here until halftime. They're trying to trim this thing down a little bit, back closer to 10. Give themselves some momentum going into the half.
3.5 to play here in the second quarter. And it will be Coram Deo basketball as Taylor brings it across the timeline. Weaver picking his way inside, can't finish but a foul. Jace Wells couldn't believe the call.
Neither could Coach Turner. He's over there with his hands up.
I'm not entirely sure why, but the student section for Covenant Christian was just chanting TikTok. I'm not sure if that's just them trying to get in the head of the free throw shooter and say you're running out of time, or if they're referencing the social media platform.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure. Another three. The lead is 20. Salas Connor buries the triple. Weaver trying to answer, rattles out. And this time a little too fast up the floor goes Austin Sheets, and he throws it away. The first meeting, a 25-point win for Covenant Christian on January the 10th. The second game, a 24-point win. This time he'll fire from way out. You know what? Just do that if you're Noah Taylor. Finally, he gets a shot off.
That's one way
it's
to
from
break.
30 feet, and it goes.
That's one way to break the streak there. Just pull up from the U of the logo here.
But an answer from Covenant Christian. Now a steal. Oh, they nearly stole it back, but he knocked it out of bounds. A little miscommunication there between Weaver and Jack McBride. And together they kind of knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with Covenant. Baseline on the block. A block by Weaver, negating Austin Sheets. And here comes Taylor. Leaves it for Weaver. Now back to Weaver, off the pump fake, into the lane. Finger roll wouldn't go. Gets his own rebound, flails it up in the air. They get the rebound, though, and the kick out. Long three won't go for McBride, and the air ball runs out of bounds. It's back to the Cougars.
Just a little rushed right there on that three-pointer. He was open. Had a little bit more time to set himself.
95 seconds, first half. Stiefel to his brother Luke. Now to Turner on the right wing. Back up top, Salas Connor. Thought about a three and traveled with it. Couple possessions here for Coram to try and make something happen. Taylor into the lane, gives out for Weaver. He'll fire for three, misses short. Rebound, and a foul from behind is going to keep it on this end. Harrington with a nice fight inside to try and grab the board. Fonzo Martinez trying to argue that he was going up for a shot. I think that's a little bit of a thinly veiled argument. Going up for the rebound. He wasn't trying to shoot. But hey, you try and find every advantage you can get, right? Stolen inside, though, by Covenant. Here comes Turner, leading the break. Can't finish the layup, it'll go to the line.
Yeah, right now they need every one of those breaks they can get.
1:08 on the clock. And Turner to the free throw line for two. Hits the first. Lead up to 21. Taylor just going to pull off the screen and draws the foul. It says so much about how concerned Covenant Christian is about Noah Taylor that on what was probably not a smart shot for anybody else in the gym, they are scrambling so hard to defend it that they foul him and send to the free throw line for three. He hits the first, second as well.
Absolutely. Well, after the first shot attempt he took from way out and drilled it, it makes sense.
Range for days. All three free throws fall, and it's 39-20. He's got 6 now on the day.
Covenant going to pull it back out here and try and wait for one shot. Let's see what Coram does. They're going to come out and put a little bit of pressure on him.
Stiefel holding hands for a moment there with Jack Harrington. Now circles it back out to his brother. 34 on the clock. Covenant content to let a lot of time roll off the clock, but then they throw it away over the head of Caleb Stiff. 27.9. Taylor spinning around, firing for three, misses long. 19 seconds for Stiefel to do something with it. With 10, moves to the center. Behind the back dribble, gets a screen, fires for three. All net, Graham Stiefel. And now a steal off the inbounds pass and a tip in at the buzzer for Covenant Christian. 44-20, the lead at halftime.
Wow.
Cougars in a romp through 16 minutes.
What a finish to the half. Taylor takes his three. Pretty good look by his standards. Misses it. They come down, Stiefel with the three. Then the steal, put back at the buzzer. Just absolutely crushing for Coram there going into the half.
5 points in a blink. And it's a 24-point advantage at halftime of the 4A state championship. 4A state title should be fun. Can we fast forward to that?
It absolutely should be.
Tell you what, though, before we go to break here, credit where due. If they can get Noah Taylor unlocked, the kid can clearly fill it up.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to put it out of the realm of possibility that a comeback is happening in the second half. Coram Deo's got some firepower, but they need to figure out a way to slow down Covenant Christian.
Absolutely. We'll see if they can do it in the second half.
Second half coming your way in just a little bit here on TAPS TV. Back at University High School 4A state semifinals here on TAPS TV. The number 3 Covenant Christian Cougars with a 44-20 halftime lead on number 8 Coram Deo Academy. Mike Leslie and Will Curtis back here with you, and right off the opening sequence here in the third quarter, the layup is good for Austin Sheets, and he's got 7 so far today. Lead up to 26.
They've looked every bit the number 3 team in the state that first half, putting in 44, scoring on the very first possession right off. Let's see what Coram Deo is doing here to combat this box and one new defender on Taylor.
Inside for Weaver, he can't finish the layup. Rebound, fought for and grabbed by Sheets. He'll look to run. Up ahead, that's going to be an offensive foul. The charge drawn by Noah Taylor as Sheets went barreling into his chest. Our officiating crew today, Logan Taylor, Kevin Tolliver, and Kelly Moore. Taylor, the crew chief. 16 first half points for Graham Stiefel to lead all scorers. 9 points from Caleb Turner, the second leading scorer. Woolridge up and under. Weaver, nice move. That won't go. Tip in won't go either. And the rebound is pulled down. Woolridge trying to tip it away, nearly did, but Turner's down with it.
That's been their night so far. Weaver, what a great move. Just couldn't finish the shot or the tip in after that.
Nice look from Graham Stiefel underneath. Sheets blows the layup, but then gets the putback to go and the foul.
And that's how it's going for Colleyville. He misses the layup, but gets it back, and now he gets a chance for 3 instead of 2.
The Covenant Christian Cougars well on their way to the state championship game, up 28. He misses the free throw there, so it'll stay a 28-point lead. Harrington into the lane, can't hit. Just hasn't been Coram Deo's day. That one rims out. Stiefel with the rebound, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay on this end.
Yeah, Colleyville's executed everything that they wanted to at this point, and you see the result on the scoreboard right now.
And Coram Deo just a minute and 26 seconds into the third quarter has to call timeout. Fonzo Martinez wants to talk things over as his team has seen the deficit grow to 28. It was at one point 23-13. As Noah Weaver started to kind of get something going on the offensive end, they had finally gotten a three-pointer to go from Bryce Woolridge. McBride had hit a 3. They started to get some offensive flow, had a little 10-point spurt in there to cut the lead down to 10 from where it was as big as 14 in that second quarter. Since that point, though, since 23-13, it has been all Covenant Christian. The score since then, 25-7, and add to it even further as the lead balloons to 30.
Yeah, they have literally put their foot on the gas since that point you were talking about and not let off.
Weaver in the lane. That'll roll home. Nice look underneath, and the foul. Sheets back to the line again.
Covenant has done a great job attacking this defense right here at that high post area. And area coaches would call a soft spot right there. Getting it there, attacking in many different ways, and especially the high-low dump down like that again for another basket.
Free throw goes begging once again. Lead stands at 30 for the number 3 team in the state of Texas in 4A. Three-pointer from Woolridge won't go. Nice rebound by Luke Stiefel. Good hands. And now a behind-the-back dribble for the freshman in transition. Somehow still has it. I have no idea how. Leads to a three-pointer in the corner. No, but Stiefel with the rebound. Kick out. Turner for 3. Short. But the rebound to Graham Stiefel. And he hits the fall away.
And their run has been built a lot on that right there. That length we talked about, that athleticism they have.
And that's a pretty blatant offensive foul.
That's an offensive foul right there. They are just dominating the rebound statistic right now. Getting all those extra shots, wiping away Coram Deo's second chances. Building a 32-point lead.
We've already seen the mercy rule applied once today. I didn't think we'd see it twice, but here we are with a 32-point lead for Covenant Christian.
I would have to chalk that up to something I've never seen before in 2 semifinals. The mercy rule in both.
Stiefel misses short for 3. They would need to build the lead to 40 plus, as we saw in the most recent 4A semifinal. That'll quiet that talk for the moment as Woolridge buries the triple. In the lane, layup won't go, put back, will. Salas Connor.
Attacking that baseline of the zone. They're hitting all the areas you need to, the high post and the baseline.
Weaver, nice move in the lane. Stiefel off the screen, 18-footer, misses short. Taylor in transition. 3 guys waiting for him as he comes across the timeline. He just has no room to breathe. Nice look on the back door though, and the layup will go for Jack McBride.
That is beautiful basketball. Great pass by Noah Weaver and a great cut there. See if they can't get them going a little bit here.
Luke Stiefel with the answer, though.
That's the answer to that question.
Inside for Weaver. Quick shot and a good finish. Weaver now with 10 on the day. Beg your pardon, 12 on the day. A foul on the baseline. It's going to be on the pass. Timeout. Steve Turner. 3:25 to play, third quarter. His team with a 27-point lead in the state semifinals. The number 3 team in the state looking to move to 27-8 on the season and move on to the state championship game. Third time these teams have met this year. Covenant Christian won each of the first 2 by 25 the first time, by 24 the second time. Right now they lead by 27 here in the third quarter and appear well on their way to the state title game, where they'll play the winner of the earlier 4A state championship, semifinal game rather, the Woodlands Christian, who blew out John Paul II out of Schertz, Texas. And that championship game tomorrow in 4A, if this is indeed the matchup we expect it to be given the current score, that one could be fun. Nice look. What a great play design off the baseline inbound.
And that's a counter to a previous play. They lobbed it up earlier, just the straight lob. Now they factor in bringing the inbounder in, dumping it back to counter. Beautiful.
The block here by Jace Wells.
Colleyville Covenant just needs to manage this game at this point, and they're going to find themselves in West tomorrow.
Wells with the block on one end. They reward him with the bucket on the other end. Lead to 32. Weaver trying to keep his team anywhere remotely in touch, and he hits the three. He's now got 15 on the day. He's been their best offensive weapon this afternoon. Stiefel to Stiefel. Layup won't go, but the putback will. What a putback from Sheets.
Stiefel to Stiefel. I like hearing that. That's like in the backyard, right? Growing up.
I don't know if their parents are in the building as a travel is called against Jack McBride. I don't know if the Stiefel's parents are in the building or not, or if perhaps they're watching somewhere at home. But just imagine, as a parent, sitting home watching on television, seeing your kids play in a state semifinal game and hearing Stiefel to Stiefel, freshman and senior, passing each other the basketball, and part of a team that is number 3 in the state and leading by 30 on their way to the title game. This time, though, Stiefel travels. They may not like that quite as much.
Not that I've heard it on any radio or TV, and I have a long way to go. I have twin boys, so I can imagine that are 7 years old. So maybe someday for them in whatever sports they choose.
Maybe a decade from now.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be a while. But
Taylor misses the three. They throw it up on the break, and Stiefel lays it in. I think they had something flashier than that in mind.
Yeah, they didn't match what the Woodlands did earlier, that's for sure.
I don't think anybody's going to.
We might not even see that in 6A.
Man, I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to see that anywhere. And there are guys, obviously, that can do it at higher levels of basketball, but to actually execute it in transition with defenders around,
absolutely.
It was unreal. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch the Woodlands Christian in the third quarter in the earlier 4A semifinal. It was out of this world. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay on this end with Coram Deo. Deficit is 32 right now, 122 in the third quarter. Bryce Woolridge chases down the inbound pass. Off the screen from Weaver. Into the lane, corner three. That'll go for Jack Arrington.
Nice drive to the basket, kick out, stepping into the three-pointer. You can definitely tell Coram Deo made a lot of threes this season by how many they've taken.
Lead down to 29 as Stiefel draws the foul.
Coach Martinez confused on that one.
Turner. Now baseline. Back out. Three on the way for Salas. Connor will go. And a three-finger wave to the student section on the far side. And now a player with a
bloody nose or bloody
looks like a bloody nose or something.
It's eye.
Wow. I didn't see what happened. It's Jack McBride.
It happened on Covenant's offensive end down here when they were on defense. There was some kind of collision.
McBride will take a seat with a towel on his face. Obviously, you hope nothing too serious. If it's just a bloody nose, you know, that's one thing. But you get talking about the eye, that's a whole different set of circumstances. It looks like it is the nose.
I think it is the nose. I think you're right, yeah.
So that's at least encouraging.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too big of a deal. Perhaps a broken nose, but even that, you know, it's basketball. Those things happen. Painful, no doubt. I'm not trying to poke fun in any way, shape, or form. I sympathize with what Jack McBride is going through. But on the spectrum of things that can happen to you on a basketball court, he'll be okay.
He will. Coach Turner wants one shot here. Let's see if they execute that.
Final 10 seconds of the quarter. Stiefel lost it on the way up, but draws the foul. 6.6 to play. Stiefel hits the first. Stiefel hits both, and he's now got 24 on the day as the lead balloons to 35. In the lane, 3 on the way from Weaver at the buzzer. Good way to finish the third quarter.
Big answer right there at the end of the third for them.
But it's a 32-point edge for Covenant Christian as we head to the fourth. Final stanza of the 4A state semifinals after the break here on TAPS TV.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
3-2. Back at University High School, we were sorting out some score inconsistencies. Turns out 71-40 is the score as this quarter begins, and a little closer now thanks to the layup from Bryce Woolridge and the foul.
Let's see what Coram does here, if they pick up full court at all. Looks like they are.
Stiefel breaks it with ease, knifes down the lane and lays it in. Weaver back to Woolridge, cross court. Nice finish and some contact for Noah Weaver. And down on the deck is Jack Harrington, and they're going to blow the whistle and stop play here as Harrington is banged up at center court. Harrington really in some pain. He was grabbing at his left leg. And a little bit of limp as the junior guard will make his way off the floor.
Hopefully he's going to be okay. Coram taking a beating here. Nose and leg.
That brings Peyton Inderlead into the basketball game for, I believe, the first time today, the junior forward on the floor. 7:12 to play in a 28-point basketball game. Stiefel into the backcourt to retrieve it. Salas Connor hands for Turner. 7 minutes to play in the fourth. Turner up and under, draws the foul. Nearly had enough English on that to find the bottom. Turner's first free throw goes.
31, Luke Stiefel for Covenant.
Jace Wells checks out of the basketball game. Lead back to 30 as Harrington checks back in, replacing Inderlead. good news to see him check back into the basketball game after he was
make sure he's okay.
Clearly in a lot of pain there at midcourt, but able to walk it off. With his nose full of gauze, cutting through the lane was McBride as he's back on the floor too. Taylor can't hit the three. A lot of contact on the rebound, no whistle. Up ahead, Salas Connor. Underneath, Stiefel lays it in. No dice for McBride.
Covenant content here just to run some sets, run some clock, try to get out of here.
Stiefel, nice look underneath. Layup goes for Sheets. Out of control is Jack McBride, but he's bailed out with the foul call. So this gives us a little bit of an opportunity here. 5:57 to play, a 34-point basketball game to look ahead to tomorrow's 4A state championship game. The Woodlands Christian, the #1 team in the state, 26-6 on the year as the free throw goes for McBride against this #3 Covenant Christian Cougars team who will be 27-8 after today. That matchup should be fun.
Yeah, I anticipate a very good affair in that one tomorrow.
The matchup of Graham Stiefel opposite Tucker Newey could be really interesting. Nice layup there from Caleb Turner. That's a tough matchup, no doubt, for Stiefel.
Absolutely, yeah. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Turner comes up with. He had a boxing one today. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve tomorrow in West to try to slow down the Woodlands.
Newey will have a little bit of height on Stiefel, but not a ton. The younger Stiefel laying it in, lead back to 35. We have not yet hit 40 for the deficit at any point today. As a result, the clock has remained in its normal status. Loose ball in the paint on the far end, retrieved by Covenant. Wide open up ahead, and the flush. Austin Sheets with an exclamation point.
Yeah, both teams hustling and playing hard.
Yeah.
Covenant just comes away with it and gets the layup.
Layup missed, 4:38 to play here in the fourth. I think that Covenant Christian has enough size to play with the Woodlands Christian. I wonder who's going to be able to stay with Bakari Laster. Who's going to be able to stay with Austin Bedini? Do they have the quickness to be able to stay with them up and down the floor?
Honestly, that's going to be my biggest concern, even aside from the bigs and the height inside, because they've got some decent height. Right? But, yeah, who's going to guard that 1-2 punch? Not just one of them, both of them. So
timeout here with 4:27 to play in the fourth. And that is the problem with as talented as the Woodlands Christian is, with Newey and Lastrup and Benini and Chance Perkins. You got 4 guys in the starting lineup that all average in double figures. They've all got their own various skill sets that make it so difficult for a team to defend.
absolutely.
The Covenant Christian, you could say the same thing about them. I mean, trying to defend the Stiefel brothers, Sheets, their post-to-post passing has been fantastic here in this basketball game. There's a lot of things this team does well. Salas Connor's been very good. I wonder, because I think Caleb Turner's been fantastic today, but at 5'10", how does that matchup play out if it's him one-on-one with Lastrup or him one-on-one with Austin Benini? I'm not sure how that matchup plays tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to favor the Woodlands in that matchup for sure. I mean, you're talking about Lastrup's a senior, and Benini, as we both point out, he's sophomore listed, probably in age and classification only, because he does not play like it.
Yeah.
So
Turner, a sophomore as well.
Yeah,
He's been very impressive
and he
today.
has played well.
Yeah.
I mean, he has. But I have a feeling that's going to be an uphill battle for him and the rest of the Cougar guards tomorrow.
The stark reality is tomorrow is a completely different kettle of fish playing against the Woodlands Christian in the state title game. Stiefel hits the first, misses the second.
But you know, that's part of the fun of sports. See who steps up, and it might be somebody we're not even talking about.
That's why we're here.
Right.
For
Absolutely.
exactly that kind of moment. Foul on the floor. Lead stands at 38. And a big cheer as off the floor comes Graham Stiefel. A big day for the senior forward on his way to Oklahoma Baptist. 26, 28, 29 points on the day by my tally for Graham Stiefel, leading his team to the state championship.
Great game for him. He's got one more tomorrow to play in the high school level.
Now a steal here, 2-on-1 in the front court. Layup won't go, but wide open for the putback. Hunter Blake, and that makes it a 40-point lead, which means the clock will run the rest of the way. Quickly the answer. Weaver hits the jumper. Weaver again, this time for three, won't go. I'm not sure the communication ever happened there. Okay, the clock is continuing to run.
He stopped it first, but
just a reflex.
I think our taps official over there told him keep it rolling.
And it looks like that is the end of the day for Bryce Woolridge, the senior guard. Transferred in this year from Flower Mound, had a very nice senior season. A handshake for the opposing head coach, Steve Turner. He had a nice day, but they just didn't have enough firepower to stay with him.
Yeah. Covenant was just too good today. And it looks like they're going to empty their bench, get some kids some of that state semifinal experience on the court and opportunity.
Christian Wells set to check into the basketball game, as is Ryan Early. Early, just a freshman, getting a little run in a state semifinal game. He'll replace Luke Stiefel, who will leave the floor, to a big round of applause as well, as Turner stands at the free throw line. Second one won't go. As a result, he'll stay on the floor for a moment. Now a timeout called by Turner, as he wants to make sure he empties his bench. 2.5 to play. Clock will stop on the timeout, of course. But with 2.5 on the clock in a now 39-point game, we get a chance to look ahead to the Woodlands Christian and Covenant Christian in the state championship game tomorrow. Should be an awful lot of fun.
That will be a lot of fun in that game. They've been fast-paced a little bit. We're allowed to see a track meet in that instance tomorrow. I know Covenant likes to get out and move. And I think they can stay with them, but the firepower of the Woodlands just scares me.
Yeah, I mean, as it should.
And I'm talking about this as Covenant's the number 3 team in the state.
Yeah.
And how much it's scary. So that speaks to how good the Woodlands is.
Momentary clock concern, but now they do have it running, and they'll keep it running for this final 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Now a travel in the corner. Christian Wells, the freshman guard, just checked into the basketball game. Wells on the floor, Ryan Early on the floor, Eno Etta on the floor, also a freshman. Jonah Toe, one of their juniors, on the floor. Now they check in a few more. Luka Ducic on the floor, which, by the way, how in the world is it possible that his name is Luka Ducic?
Yes, I had to do a double take when I first looked at this roster. That's good stuff.
He should wear number 77 just because.
I like what Coach Turner's doing here. He's got so many subs over there. He's rotating them in and out here to try and get them as much time as possible.
And a lot of these kids that he's rotating in are freshmen. That's the future of the program, trying to get these guys some run.
Yeah.
Caleb Stith will check out of the basketball game, a senior. He had some run in the general course of play as well during the game.
And out go a lot of those seniors. McBride, Taylor, great
Noah
career.
Taylor checking out for one final time. His career ends today, brilliant career. As the final minute winds down here in the state semis. The #1 three-point shooter in the nation. 187 made threes this season. But today just couldn't get free for many looks. The three-pointer will go for Sam Birdie, the freshman, and the reaction from the Covenant bench.
Priceless, yes. What great moments you get to see in games like this.
Etta will check back into the basketball game for Sam Birdie. 15 seconds and moving as they key the inbound. Three-pointer on the way, misses long. In the final 10 seconds, they'll run it ahead in a smart play and a respectful play here from Christian Wells to dribble it out at center court as time expires. 92-50, the final score. Covenant Christian with a dominant performance, and they move on to the state championship game. 29 points from Graham Stiefel to lead the way. And credit to Covenant Christian, maybe the best thing they did all afternoon, closing off every conceivable opportunity for Noah Taylor, the star three-point shooter for Coram Deo. 24 points per game today, held well below his season average. And it was all thanks to the defensive effort from Covenant Christian. He was met by 2 or 3 defenders every time he had anything resembling an open look. And a nice moment shared by Taylor and Graham Stiefel just a moment ago at center court. Respect between these two teams for sure, but it is Covenant Christian moving on to the championship game. 42-point victors in the state semifinals. They advance to play the Woodlands Christian in the state championship game tomorrow. We hope you'll tune in for that. We also hope you'll stick around for this evening. 6A state semifinals coming your way at 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock right here on TAPS TV. We hope to see you then.
The Chief of the TAPS Executive Board is here to present the awards today. We would like to recognize and congratulate the Coram Deo Academy Lions on an outstanding season, finishing middle state on the board. We are led by head coach Alonzo Martinez, who is now accepting the state volleyball plaque. And this time, Coach Martinez will be placing the medals on the necks of the Lions players. Please come forward as I call your name and numbers, starting with number 0, Daniel Cole. Number 1, Daniel Macarius. Number 2, Jack Harrington. Number 11, Jack McBride. Number 13, Noah Taylor. Number 21, Benjamin Sheegan. Number 23, Peyton Inderlead. Number 24, Hunter Blake. Number 30, Josh Ham. Number 32, Luke Newton. Number 33, Noah Weaver. And number 3, Bryce Woolridge. Assistant coaches Jeremy Howard and David Ormier. The team manager is Morgan Tilton. applause for your 2020 Final Four squad, the Coram